The super successful have ADD. Not attention deficit disorder, although candidly many do, which is probably why they developed this other ADD, and that is an active distraction defense system. You remember the Star Wars program of the 1980s, Ronald Reagan's trump card during the Cold War with the Russians? The Star Wars program was essentially designed to blanket the United States to create sort of a protective bubble of sorts so that any missile that was launched at us would be shot out of the sky before it ever reached our shores. This is the kind of system that superachievers build around themselves to protect them from any missiles of distraction, far before they even reach the shores of their attention. You need that system too, particularly now. Here's why. We are living in an era of epic distraction and temptation. We are bombarded ceaselessly. Pulls on our attention swarm us all day, every day. And what's ironic is these tools that we invented to make life easier and more convenient and us more productive and efficient have done just the opposite. What they have done is opened up Pandora's box. These devices open up windows, literally windows, all these windows giving direct and immediate and constant access to our attention. Now anyone with a random idea, musing, or a brain fart can email, text, tweet, direct message, or RSS feed it to you. And just as surely as having a leash tied to your neck, they can give it a sharp yank at any time. And they do endlessly all day, every day. What we thought would make life easier and more relaxed. We thought we were saving time. Instead, all we did is we revved up the treadmill of life 10 times its former speed. Now there are more requests, demands, and solicitations on your time and attention, making our days more anxious and agitated. It's no wonder we are overwhelmed and overexerted. And at the same time, we're underproducing. We're unsatisfied, we're unfulfilled, we're unhappy, we're frustrated, anxious, and discouraged. And distractions today, they're thermonuclear in their addictiveness. It is not just the communication systems and platforms themselves. It's the reach now media and commercial marketing has to your attention. And there is a high price bounty on your head, your eyes, and your attention. It is important to know what you are up against here. Inside these news and entertainment media companies, inside the offices of Silicon Valley, are ridiculously smart, experienced, and seductive distraction dealers. They have become masters at packaging stimuli in ways that our brains find simply irresistible and highly addictive. Just look around you in a Starbucks or walking down on the streets or in a restaurant or at church, for goodness sakes, in your offices, in your conference rooms, everywhere people are being screen sucked by these addictive devices. The situation is more urgent than most people realize. And what worries me is people, even those with a sincere desire to succeed, provide a good life for their family, will have no chance. They will be sidelined in these radically changing times. We've already started to see and feel those effects. We are working longer, we're working harder, and we're more stressed out and overwhelmed than we've ever been in human history. Still not producing our goals or aspirations as we would desire. And it's not your fault entirely. You're human. And what most people don't understand about humans is when presented with temptation and distraction, human willpower and discipline will fail 100% of the time over time. And understand this, every human, not just you, every human, whether they are already successful or not, when presented with tantalizing, novel, and engaging distraction, we all have a hard time staying focused. And every human, whether they are already successful or not, has a hard time saying no. You are not unique in this scenario. Everyone falls prey to the constant shock and awe of temptation bombardment eventually. Now, what the super successful have done is they created an ADD, an active distraction defense system, a protective bubble of sorts so that any distraction missile that is launched at them is shot out of the sky before it ever reaches the shores of their attention. The before part of what I just said there was most important. Make sure that you got that point. Stop reading about how to handle distractions. It's too late by then, and it will be futile. We all have monkey brains, and the active, novel, new, shiny object will win out eventually, every time, over time. Prevention is the cure. Write that down in your notes. Here it is again. Prevention is the cure. Put bluntly, the only way to resist the sirens of distractions is to not have to resist at all. That is the secret distinction here. I hope that you're catching on to this. It has never been more urgent or important to do so than it is right now. To provide your family with the life that you want to give them, you have to be the one in control of your attention. You have to take back control of your attention, your focus, your creative capacity and potential, to take back control of your life. This requires having the advantage of certain tools and setting up specific systems to put you back in the captain's chair of your attention, mind, focus, and potential. No matter who you are or what you do, these systems will change the game for you. That is your first takeaway action item here. Set up your own active distraction defense system. You wanted to know how the super successful keep their boundless energy, their steadfast discipline, and laser-like focus, even in today's tumultuous culture and work environment. This is how. They don't let the world yank them around by the neck. They don't even need discipline, willpower, or self-control. With these systems in place, they are free to fly. They don't even have the drag of resistance. I am telling you this. If you really want to thrive in today's radically changing and advancing world, you need an ADD system of your own put in place. The cost not to is too great. Not just the loss of potential of productivity and of results of health, relationships, and sanity. Once your ADD system is in place, you will gain impenetrable peace of mind, confident clarity, and laser-like focus. Like this. This is Lindsay Shearer. She is a solopreneur in business for herself by herself. And this is what she said, quote, "For years, I felt like I was constantly searching for answers and guidance. I ended up crazy sick, unmotivated, and without a true passion for life. Since using the system Darren taught me, I've tripled my business income. My confidence has skyrocketed, and I've minimized my distraction time significantly. The productivity really is insane," end quote. That's what we're talking about here. When you learn to deploy your ADD system, it can make a big impact in your personal life as well, as it did for Flor Mazeda. She said, quote, "Before using this system, all these distractions prevented me from enjoying special moments with my family. I lost memories that I could have made. I was a slave to email, social media updates, a hunger for the likes and comments on my status. I was an addict. My life was out of control. Now I have more peace of mind. My productivity multiplied, working fewer hours. Now I relax without guilt. I am now able to be truly present in the moment with my family. This has changed my life and the lives of my entire family." As I promised, the details of where to find this system and the simple and easy way to apply the instructions on how to set one up for yourself, I'll tell you about before we end here. But once implemented, life will dramatically improve. Almost overnight, you won't believe how relieved, revitalized you will feel about life and your work again.